All right, we've got two things to talk about today. Number one, is our friend Sommi correct about Metcalfe's law? Is he right? Is he correct that if you 10x the number of users that you 100x the price? I'm going to answer that question and prove to you that I might even be more bullish than Sommi. We all know Sommi's bullish. I will prove to you with numbers and math, very simple, how I'm potentially even more bullish. But stick around to the very end because I'm also going to tell you a life hack about how to beat the system, how to punch outwards, and how to make your content appeal to new people. I found this AI tool, and I'm not trying to sound like one of those Twitter thread guys like 5 tools to increase your AI productivity. No, I'm going to tell you one single tool that is a life hack that we all need to be using if you're a content creator. If you're not even, this AI tool is like a full-on business model. You can just take this and you can go do this for other people and probably get paid for it too. And this is probably going to end up being something that, guys like Ty Lopez end up shilling in their course, right? Their AI course. I'm going to give it to you for free. So do not miss this. Stay till the end of the video. I'm going to give you a free method to make money and punch outwards and onboard new people into crypto and potentially even make money in the process. I do have a course with an affiliate program, referral program. So you get 40%. You can make over $100 for onboarding somebody. I'm giving you business models over here. You're welcome. Okay. But let's talk about Metcalfe's law first. Our lovely friend Sommi, in his squeaky chair with his fluffy slippers, he talks about Metcalfe's law. What is Metcalfe's law? It just says that the value of a network, and this they were talking about telecom networks back in the day. It applies to blockchains too. The value of the network is proportional to a square of the number of users. Now, in reality, I'm just proposing that all I'm doing is I'm just elaborating a little bit that it might not always be a perfect square. I think Sommi would agree. A square would be something simple like, look, you 10x the number of users and you 100x the price. So if we get 10 times the number of users, the price goes up by 100x. That's the theory, and it's been proven because look at the exponential nature of value. The more nodes you have in the ecosystem, the more valuable it becomes. If there's only 2 nodes in the ecosystem, then I can only talk to one guy and he can only talk to me and nobody cares. If there's 5 nodes, we can all talk to the other 4 people and all the other 4 people can all talk to the other 4 people. You understand? And when there's 20 people, look at all the bilateral connections. Look at all of the lines connecting all these different nodes. Okay. Now, this doesn't necessarily translate directly to value because, look, there's one stipulation. Not all users are the same. Okay. Not all users of a blockchain network are worth the same. If a guy buys $20 and then just sits around and never does anything again, is he worth the same as a guy that puts in $1 million? And maybe he starts live streaming. Maybe this guy takes out an ad in the newspaper. Maybe they put ads on the subway. We saw that with Hex in the early days. People were actually taking out advertisements with their own money. So, some users are worth exponentially more than others. But we're just going to simplify things and say, well, at the end of the day, they net out to the average value that a user provides is roughly somewhere in the middle. You've got the bandwagon speculators. They put in $100 and they're just watching. They're the armchair quarterbacks and they rely on other people to pump their bags. And then you've got high rollers putting in tens of thousands of dollars that also get out on the internet with their megaphone and tell people why they like pulse chain hacks, all that kind of stuff. So let's look at the math. Okay, let's do some really quick math. And guys, I'm basing all this data on a new website I found. I tweeted about this. You guys might want to book this website, hexchart.com. It's such an easy URL to remember, hexchart.com. I can't believe I didn't know about this earlier. Okay, I was using Dex.Vision, and hexchart.com will give you the full chart history of the Hex token. All right, as we know, we got to use the logarithmic function. When something goes up exponential, if you're not using log, right? People use log all the time on Bitcoin, but everybody forgets to use log on the Hex chart for some reason. All the mainstream influencers, they're lying to you. They're not showing you the full picture of this. Everybody look, this is the real Hex chart. This is how low it was at one point and how high it is today. And this is only the eHex chart, by the way. The pHex chart, pHex is double the price. All the Hex stakers are making yield on top of this. So yes, while it looks like, the price is down to levels it was at 2 years ago, look, there's still people that got in the previous year, and people have been making yield the whole time, and they got a bonus copy of pHex, which is worth twice as much. So you're not seeing the full picture here, but we only need this data back to the low and the all-time high. The only reason I'm using this right now is to show you the all-time low and the all-time high. Let's go ahead and say date and price range. We'll pick, and now you could pick this wick right here. See how it wicks down to extra low to 0.00001. That's 4 zeros and a 1. That's how low Hex got. And it might have even got lower in the couple of days before this, which you're not seeing that price data. But look, we're not going to count this. Let's just be a little bit nicer and say that maybe people didn't get this wick. Maybe 0.00005 is one of the low points, okay? And that went all the way up to, 52 cents about. It depends where you look. This one's showing us 48 cents, but some websites will show us 52 cents. So let's just assume 52 cents is the high. All that happened within 2 years, okay? It was crazy. Epic price run up. Obviously, the price has dipped. It's a bear market. Everyone's down 95%. So we're all in the same bucket, okay? But now, this is the chart that I'm using for some of the data. And let's go and see what this data tells us, okay? We've got the hex bottom. And I'm being generous. I could pick a lower price. Remember, I could pick this low wick right here and make the numbers look even better. I'm not going to pick this crazy wick because I don't even know who caught that. That might have only happened for a couple of hours or minutes even. Let's just say the bottom was 0.0000565. That's 4 zeros and a 5, 6, 5 for the hex bottom. And that happened on about January 5th, 2020. I'm getting all this data from hexcharts.com. The number of stakers at that time, guys, we can go to apphex.win/charts. We can scroll down right here. Look at this. We can actually go over here and say on January 5th, guys, let's go to January 5th. We had 9,000, look right here, 9,759 stakers. 9,759. That's where I'm getting this data. This is apphex.win/charts. I'll put these links below if you guys want to follow along. 9,759. And the hex top was about 52 cents, let's call it. Now, some people will say 50, some people will say 49. The 52 cent mark, according to a chart that I saw, said it happened on September 10th. And at that point, on September 10th, let's go to September 10th, right? September 10th, 2021. Okay. September 10th. There we go. Look right here. September 10th. 56,099 stakers on the Ethereum chain. That's all we had back then. 56,099 stakers. So, we can just do some quick math on our calculator. From a 9,700 stakers to 56,000 stakers is a 5.8x in user count. Now, what's 5.8x squared, guys? It's 34.3. So, Metcalfe's law, in a perfect world, if everything was neat and tidy and it was a square, well, then a 5.86x in the number of users would have given us a 34x in price growth. But what we actually ended up having in price growth was a 9,200x. So you'll notice that we got way more than a 34x. We got way more than a square. We got a 9,200x. This is not including staking. This is not including the wick low, which would give us a 10,000 if we did the low wick. But look, I'm being generous, okay? I'm not including this wick. And we did a 9,200x with only a 5.86 increase in the number of stakers. 5.86x. So that's not even a 10x. And we got a 9,000x in price. This was in hex, okay, in the early days. Now, one thing to note is that that was its first cycle. You can also make the argument that when something is that young, potentially the price can grow as larger than a square. When there's less people in the ecosystem. When there's only 10,000 people or less in the ecosystem, well, perhaps, the increase in user number matters more to the price when there's a lower number of people in the ecosystem. Makes sense? So now in Pulse Chain, I could see the counter argument. In Pulse Chain, we've got tens of thousands of people already. We've probably got 30,000, 40,000 unique holders and about 12,000 active daily users. So we've got a similar number of active daily users. So who knows? It might play out the exact same way. I mean, liquidity also matters. I mean, liquidity is very thin, but is it as thin as Hex was in the early days? Look, the conditions might not be exactly the same. There's probably a little bit more liquidity on Pulse Chain and Hex and PHEX and EHEX than there was in the early days of Hex. There wasn't that much liquidity in the early days. So that might affect the pumpage that we get as well. But all I'm saying is that it is possible, guys, to be even more bullish than simply a square. Because if we're just squaring the number of users, when Hex did that almost 10,000x, all we had was a 5.86x in stakers. And I'm counting stakers as the real users, right? I mean, we have a lot more holders and traders out there. So who knows? But the 5.8x multiple in stakers seems like a good representation of the number of legitimate Hex users, using the system as it was intended. So why is this bullish, guys? What am I saying? I'm saying we can go even higher than a square. It doesn't have to be a square. We can go even higher. Now look, I get it. There's more coins now. There's more places for money to flow into. We've got EHEX, PHEX, PulseX, PLS itself, and many, many other coins. Okay. So that might take away a little bit from being focused on one single coin. We also have potentially a bit more liquidity, and we potentially have a slightly higher starting base of people. And as we have more people, I do think there's diminishing returns. I don't think it's the same to say going from, basically what I'm saying is if we go from 100 users to 1,000 users, I think that has a greater price impact than going from 1,000 to 10,000. I think that plays out in the Bitcoin chart as well. I think because you have diminishing returns in the user growth each time. Look, I'm going to get a little bit technical, but my theory is that Metcalfe's law of simply a square of the number of users to value. I think that exponent is variable. I think that exponent starts off high and decreases with time. So in the very early days, it is possible to get higher than a square in terms of value per user. But as time goes on, I think it starts to get lower. Sometimes you might even get less than a square. The exponent might go below 2. Now that's just some cool proof to show you guys that Metcalfe's law is real, and it could be variable. It could be higher in the early days, and it could be lower as time goes on. Check out the stats. I'm using real numbers here. Real numbers, real price data from the historic hex chart. Now, let me show you guys a brand new AI tool. I know I'm going to be that guy, all right? There's a hot new AI tool, and if you're not using this, though, this is like hiring an intern to do all your YouTube shorts and all of your TikToks and all that crap that you don't want to waste your time doing. You pay for this AI tool, it'll do it all for you. You have to do minor editing, very, very minor editing. And let me show you guys, I'm going to prove to you that this is punching outwards and getting new people in, because I'm going to show you the emotional hatred that I'm getting already from these YouTube shorts that I just did as an experiment yesterday. So I'm using this thing called Opus Clip, opusclip.pro. It's not free, but you do get an hour, I think 90 minutes of free content. Look, I plugged in my live stream, the last live stream that I did. It processed everything, and it downloaded all 40 of these clips, guys. It gave me 40 clips. Look at all these. Look, they got the captions for you. They got they go in and they figure out what are the most captivating hooks. Look, this video captures a viewer's attention with an intriguing hook. It'll give you an AI score based on how interesting the concepts are to the reader. So you don't even have to think about anything, guys. I'm giving you a business model right here. Look, you can sell my courses, or you could even do this. You could even go do this and tell other people, hey, I'll do your YouTube shorts for you. And then you just go buy this program and you feed all their videos through this program. Guys, I'm giving it away right here, man. Okay, so look, this AI, it will tell you the intriguing hooks. It will process all your stuff for you, so you don't have to sit there and watch yourself talk for an hour, which is cringeworthy sometimes. I know, nobody likes to watch themselves. But you don't even have to think about, oh, is this point interesting, or which point would be most interesting to people? It takes out all of the analyzing and the strategizing, okay? And it just gives you, it dumps 40 clips on your head. And it does it all in the format, the TikTok format that's in your face with all the light up words. How all the words flash by on the screen. It's maximum dopamine releasing type of stuff. You can go in here and edit these too. So you can blur out words. You can have it start at different places. You can change, like, look, it says Paul's chain. It always thinks I'm saying hacks instead of hex. And it thinks I'm saying Paul's chain instead of Paul's chain. So you go in here, right? You just edit. You do a little editing. You do 2 or 3 minutes of work. We'll call this, hex. And then, right, you go up here, you save and compile, and then you download it. Right, you go back, you download it, you upload them. I'm going to show you guys my TikToks. I've got all these TikToks scheduled right now, and I've got all these YouTube scheduled. I did 5 YouTube shorts and 5 TikToks, and it took me an hour and a half, 2 hours. And if I was better at this, it's only going to get lower. The time's only going to come down, and I schedule these out. So I don't even have to be at my computer. I'm walking around going about my day, and the AI machine overlords are posting content for me. And you want to know how I know? This is proof right here. Guys, pay attention. This is proof of how I know that these YouTube shorts are actually working. They're punching outwards. They're reaching new audiences. It's because the algorithm on the YouTube shorts and the algorithm on the TikTok, it reaches new people. It doesn't only reach... So what I've been realizing on my dashboard is I've been plateauing at around 32,000 subscribers, right? Been plateauing around there. And yes, it's a bear market. You could just say, oh, it's a bear market. People will come back. Yes, they will. But there is a way to hack your growth even in a bear market. And I think I just found it out. Look at these 2 shorts that I released the other day, guys. You can see, look at all my videos. They get 99% likes, 100% likes. Now, I like that. It makes me feel good. Gets me that warm, tingly feeling inside. Like, yay, all my friends, they like me. But look at this one, guys. Look at these. This one's got 40 upvotes, 10 downvotes. It's only got 80%. This one's only got 64% likes. 64% likes. What is that all about? Let's go ahead and read the comments. Let's read the comments. We've got haters in the comments, guys. doesn't sound very accessible if in the same sentence you're talking about scams. Look at this guy. You want to know why this is new? Oh, this isn't new. I get this kind of crap all the time. But it reaches people that clearly have opposite viewpoints. We're not circle jerking with the same old, 32,000 subscribers. Now, I love you guys. You guys are great. But we need to reach new audiences. And messages like this are proof to me that I'm reaching new audiences. So I'm going to give this guy a heart because I love my haters. My haters are my motivators, right? Guys, the haters, they do more work for us than sometimes our own people. You know what I mean? This guy took the time out of his day to comment. Look, this guy right here, he took the time out of his day to feed the algorithm and pump me up and get me out there. This guy is blasting my content. He doesn't even know it. He thinks he's so triggered by what I'm talking about. He doesn't like Pulse Chain so much that he takes the time out of his day to leave me a wonderful comment and feed the algorithm and create controversy. This is what Richard Hart, he mastered this. Richard mastered this. I'm just discovering it for the first time, apparently. I know that it works. I know it's not comfortable. Nobody likes to read naughty comments about themselves or negative things. But let's go look at this guy. Here's one. You pretty wreck with Hex and PulseX and Pulse. So as we know, guys, haters, they're usually a little bit challenged up there in the head. They usually have a hard time spelling words. And of course, we can see here, you pretty wreck. Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. Sounds like your English is pretty wreck. So good luck with that. Let's go take a look at these comments over here, huh? Thanks for posting this short, laughing face. You're welcome, sure, sir. Look at this guy here. Look at this guy. Imagine still pitching crypto. This is the mentality of the plebs, guys. I love this comment right here. I'm going to give him a like. Imagine still pitching crypto. How could you? And the prices have fallen 99%, 95%. Imagine being this guy. Look at his profile picture. It's like some fat dude. Just look at his profile picture. I don't need to say anymore. But imagine still pitching crypto, right? Well, imagine it. I'm still here. We're all still here. This guy has no idea the thriving ecosystem that we've got going on. He doesn't know that there's 150 content creators and counting every single day. Builders building protocols in the Pulse Chain ecosystem. Prices going up for the past 4 days. Liquid loans launching, Mintra launching, 9inch launching. He doesn't actually know, and I can't blame him, okay? So this guy, basically what his comment tells me, that I'm reaching normal people. Because he seems like the innocent bystander, right? He saw crypto go up a lot. He saw crypto go down a lot. He's taking the pleb mentality of, oh, crypto is dead, right? He's just walking around minding his own business. In his world, in his reality, crypto is dead. But here I am with a YouTube short, bang, in front of your face, AI generated. Took me 30 seconds to make. Took me almost no effort. And what YouTube is doing is it's shilling, it's getting these messages in front of people's faces that would not have otherwise seen it. So I can't stress this enough. Imagine still pitching crypto. Yeah, imagine getting your friends in at the lows. This guy's going to buy the next top. This guy thinks crypto is dead, but he might buy the next top. Okay? And we have to thank this man, Sir Dyslexius. Sir Dyslexius, thank you for pumping the algorithm. Thank you for leaving a comment. Make sure you share the video with your friends. Tell everybody how much you hate me. And have fun buying my bags at the top, sir. So, look, this is how people think. This is why I know that I'm reaching new people with this AI-generated Opus Clip. Guys, that's opusclip.pro. You can schedule these. You can be walking around. You could be at dinner. You could be out with your friends. And, look, you're still posting content. It takes you almost no time, almost no effort. I was about to hire somebody to do all my TikTok shorts, but sorry, guys. AI just took your job. So if you're not using AI to help you with your job, maybe you're a guy that makes TikTok shorts. You got to be up to date on these tools, guys. And you got to know that when you're using these tools, the TikTok algorithm, the YouTube Shorts algorithm, they are pushing it to new people. This is how we grow. This is how we punch outwards. I know these videos are cringe. They're going to get a little better, probably not much better. I hate watching these as well. I try to find the least cringe ones out of all these when it gives me 40 clips. Look, I don't know how many clips it gives me. It gives me 32. Okay, 32 clips for that hour and a half live stream that I did. And it tells me the titles. It tells me why they're good. It tells me why the AI even chose it. Guys, I'm making everything so easy for us. All right? If you don't want to do this, if you don't want to make clips, if you're not a content creator, but you still want to onboard somebody, I do have a course, Hex Passive Income, get 40% if you refer somebody else. And if you're brand new to crypto, this course is designed specifically for newbies into crypto. So I just wanted to give away this life hack. No matter who you are, keep an eye out on all these AI things coming out, okay? Because they can really make your life better if you use them the right way. And I'm pretty stoked about this tool, guys. I'm pretty excited about it because it's getting the normies. Look at this guy, Sir Dyslexius. Thank you, sir. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to comment. Imagine still pitching crypto. Imagine thinking crypto is dead. How about that, guys? Look at this. 99% likes on my videos tells me it's the same old people watching. Okay? 9 likes and 5 dislikes tells me it's working. It's working. We're getting new people in at the bottom. They're going to be thanking us when the price does a 10x from here. Okay? So if you found this valuable, make sure you leave a comment, share the video, smash the like, smash the subscribe. Again, it helps the algorithm. It really does. If you're going to do nothing else at all that stuff takes you less than a minute. And it helps you, helps me pump all of our own bags. We're playing a positive sum game here. We're playing a win-win game where if we're generating wealth, we're creating new pies and we're making the pies bigger. We're not fighting. We're not day trading. We're not fighting and squabbling over the same, getting a bigger slice of the same size pie. Okay, this isn't a bunch of people. This isn't day trading where everybody's fighting. Everybody wants the other guy to lose. Day trading is actually destructive for people, but somehow it's so normalized. It's kind of disgusting. We're out here making new pies. We're making new wealth generation. Okay, we're building new products that people find valuable. Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, and a lot more. There is so much more under the PulseChain umbrella ecosystem. If you look around, there's a lot of people building really cool stuff that actually matters. It actually has value. And so wealth generation is a positive sum game. Trading is a zero sum game. Do the positive sum game. Join the winning team and make sure you use AI to help you write your YouTube shorts and reach all the normies. The more comments like this that we get, the more haters over here, the better it is for us. Thank you guys. Thank you haters. Thank you everybody. Have a good one.